back just as quick as we catch 'em. We'll have no more nonsense. We'll take no more guff from you yooks who eat bread with the butter side up. Is it funny that they're arguing about what side the butter goes on?
Yeah. Can't they just have it both sides?
You could. I have failed, sir, I sobbed as I made my report to the chief Zuckaroo in the headquarters fort. He just laughed. You've done nothing at all of the sort. Our slingshots have failed. That was old-fashioned stuff. Slingshots, dear boy, are not modern enough. All we need is some newfangled kind of a gun. My boys in the back room have already begun to think of a walloping whiz-zinger one. My bright boys are thinking they're right on the track. They'll think one up quick, and we'll send you right back. They thought up a great one, they certainly did. They thought up a gun called the Kickaboo Kid, and they loaded with powerful poo-a-doo powder and ants, eggs, and bees' legs and dried fried clam chowder. And they carefully trained this real smart dog named Daniel to serve as their country's first gun-toting spaniel. Then Daniel, the Kickapoo Spaniel, and I marched back to the wall with our heads held up high while everyone cheered and their cheers filled the sky. Fight for the butter side up. Do or die. Well, we didn't do, and we didn't quite die, but we sure did get worse. Poor Daniel and I. Van Itch was there too, and he said to the old pig, the boys in my back room have invented this rig called the eight-nozzle elephant-toted boom blitz. It shoots high-powered, sour, cherry stone pits, and will put your dumb Kickapoo kid on the fritz. Poor Daniel and I were scared out of our wits. Once more, by Van Itch, I was bested and beat. Once again, I limped home from the wall in defeat. I dragged and I sagged, and my spirits were low as I thought that they ever could go, when I heard a boom bob and a diddle-doo-dill, and our butter up band marched over the hill. The chief Yuckaroo had sent them to meet me, along with the right side up song girls to greet me. They sang, "Oh, be faithful, believe in thy butter," and they lifted my spirits out of the gutter. My boy, smiled the chief Yuckaroo, we've just voted and made you a general. You've been promoted. Your pretty new uniform's ready. Get in it. The big war is coming. You're going to begin it. And what's more, this time you're certain to win it. My boys in the back room have finally found how. Just wait till you see what they've puttered up now. In the great new machine, you'll fly over that wall and clobber those buttered down zooks one and all. Those boys in the back room sure knew how to putter. They made me a thing called an utterly sputter, and I jumped aboard with my heart all aflutter and steered toward the land of the upside down butter. This machine was so modern, so frightfully new, no one knew quite exactly just what I would do. It would do. But it had several faucets that sprinkled blue goo, which somehow would sprinkle the zooks as I flew and gum up that upside down butter they chew. I was racing pell-mell when I heard a voice yell, "If you sprinkle us zooks, you'll get sprinkled as well." Van Itch had a sputter exactly like mine, and he yelled, "My blue gooer is working just fine, and I'm here to say that yooks can go zooks. You better forget it, because zooks can go yooks." I flew right back home, and as you may have guessed, I was downright despondent, disturbed, and depressed, and I saw, just as soon as I stepped back on the land, so were all the girls of the Butter Up Band. The chief drum majorette, Miss Yuki Ann Sue, said, "That was a pretty sour flight that you flew, and the chief Yuckaroo has been looking for you." I raced to his office. The place was a sight. "Have no fear," said the chief. "Everything is all right. My bright back room boys have been brighter than bright. They've thought up a gadget that's newer than new. It's filled with mysterious moo-lacka-moo and can blow all those zooks clear to Salamagoo." They've invented this bitsy big boy boomeroo. You just run to the wall like a nice little man, drop this bomb on the Zooks just as fast as you can. I have ordered all Ukes to stay safe underground while the bitsy big boy boomeroo is around. As I raced for that wall with the boom, with the bomb in my hand, I noticed that every last Uk in our land was obeying our chief Ukaroo's grim command. They were all bravely marching with banners aflutter down a hole for their country and right side up butter. That's when grandfather found me. He grabbed me, he said, "You should be down that hole, and you're up here instead, but perhaps this is all for the better somehow. You will see me make history right here and right now." Grandpa leapt up that wall with a lopulous leap, and he cleared his hoarse throat with a populous beat. He screamed, "Here's the end of that terrible town, full of Zooks who eat bread with the butter side down." And at that very instant, we heard a cluck, cluck of feet on the wall, and Ben Itch clucked up. The boys in his back room had made him one too. In his fist was another big boy boomeroo. "I'll blow you," he yelled, "into pork and wee beans. I'll butter side up you to small smithereens." "Grandpa," I shouted, "be careful, oh gee, who's going to drop it? Will you or will he?" "Be patient," said Grandpa, "we'll see. We will see." And that's the end of the story. What do you think happened?
They both did. They both did.
What do you think should have happened? Raise your hand. What do you think should have happened? The blue team should have won? Who thinks the Utes should have won? Who thinks the Zooks should have won? Who thinks nobody wins? I think nobody wins. It's the same thing. You can just turn your bread either way, right? If you butter the top and you turn it upside down, the butter's on the bottom. If you turn it right side up, the butter's on the top. Can I ask you a question? What do you think this book is really about? Who said war? Right, it's about compromise, it's about having conversations, about having different things. So does it really, really matter what side somebody wants to butter their bread? No, it really doesn't matter what side you want to butter your bread. Does it really matter if you put butter on bread at all? No. Some people like butter on bread, and some people don't like butter on bread. Some people like the butter on top, some people like the butter on the bottom. What this book is really talking about is how different we all are from each other, and how we should respect each other, and know that there's some things that aren't worth fighting over, right? Especially which side you butter your bread, right? Good. Am I done, or do you have questions? Yes, sir. Right? Yes. It is always better to work out things like talking to one another, having conversations, knowing that you may not be the same agree, but you can not agree and still be okay, right? Especially, how many people have cell phones, right? What's really scary now is you can have a fight with somebody on your phone, back and forth, and say really mean things about somebody else over the phone, which isn't really fair. So what you should always try to do is, if you have a disagreement, is have a conversation, see if you can work it out, right? Because in the end, we all have to get along. Thank you very much.